I shouldn't even joke about being asleep because now I just want to close my eyes and take a nap. It's Sunday afternoon. It is time for my nap. But I have a few things to share with you, and then that'll be it. So this will be real quick, promise. First things off, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my Haywood cowl by KT and the Squid. Oh, I love this cowl. I love how it turned out. Yeah. So obviously, you wear this with a very solid color. Don't wear this with other bright colors. Anyway. Oh, I'm already starting. So Dutch Fest is over. Praise the Lord. I survived. I managed to get through it on barely any sleep because that whole week before, I'd get like 4 hours of sleep and then I'd wake up and I'd be awake for the rest of the night. And now my body's like, oh, let's keep doing that. No, let's not. I don't want to do that anymore. Anyway, but there we go again. So it was a success. The day of sales was 15,000 more than last year, and last year was a record. So that's good news. So all that hard work really paid off. I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I got some more stroopwafel. Love it. Don't know if you know what stroopwafel is, but it's like a waffle cookie, and like 2 waffle cookies, and sandwiched in between is caramel. And what you're supposed to do is, it's big enough that it fits over your mug. So when you have your coffee or your tea, you set it over there, and the directions say for 2 minutes to warm up the caramel. I never wait that long. But it is so delicious. I love it. And then I got some church mints. They're like pink. They're really big. And they stain your mouth hot pink. But they're so delicious. Like, it's a light mint flavor. And then I got some Wilhelmina mints, which are, they're really big. And they have a stronger mint flavor. But yeah, they're still really good. And then, of course, we had food there. All of us celebrating Dutchness. I don't know. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Glad that it's over. My parents came. My parents live in a town that has their own big, like 2-week celebration, tulip festival. And so come to our 1-day little rinky-dink Dutch Fest. But anyway, they enjoyed it. My dad had a rough week, so he came back and actually took a nap for a while. And then Mom and I hung out, and I was sent to different booths throughout Dutch Fest. So for a while I was at the bag check booth, and then for a while I was at the Elam booth, where we sold our t-shirts and stuff. And she just hung out with me. We kind of put her to work too. So she was involuntary volunteer. Yeah. And for most of the day, I actually got to spend time with Ryan too, because he volunteered, and so he was put in the Elam booth with me, and then we were put in the bag check, and so yeah, it was a great day, and the weather was perfect. Yeah. So I'm just, like I said, I'm glad it's over. Everything's been cleaned up. So my body was worn out, is bruised and battered from all the different things that I had to do. carrying signs, carting things from one building to the other. So like carts were rammed into my legs and all that, accidentally, but yeah, it's done. So as far as like anything else that's happened in my life, not much. Dutch Fest has consumed these last 2 weeks. And then trying to get back in the swing of things, back into a routine at work. This is what we do. So now I don't have that much to do. We're getting to the boring part of work, which is fine with me. So, but this week, we are going to a White Sox game, which we're very excited. It's Chicago baseball. So there is a organization that's here in the Chicagoland area. They partnered with the Chicago White Sox to have a disability awareness night. And it was supposed to happen on September 14th. Well, with makeup games and everything that, postponed games and all that stuff, they decided to change the schedule a little bit, so the Disability Awareness Night game was actually moved to the afternoon, which nobody could go to. So it got moved to October 4th. It's going to be cold. It's going to be freezing in that stadium at 7 o'clock at night. Because, it's going to be like 70s here in the suburbs. When you get into the city, like, the wind off of that lake is just brutal. So, yeah, Ryan and I have learned our lessons several times. Like, yeah, well, we're fine here where we're at home, but going up there gets quite colder. Especially in the evening, it's going to be cold. So, very looking forward to that one. Also, October is Pastor Appreciation Month. So, yeah, I appreciate my husband. So we're having a pastor and spouses retreat in 2 weeks, which is actually the next weekend I would be recording a podcast. And there are things going on at church that day, so my next podcast might not be for another 3 weeks this time. We'll see how it goes. But just so you know, like, this is what's going on in our lives right now. But speaking of church, this is probably the 4th time, the 3rd time, or the 5th time, I don't know. We actually had some visitors today at church for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th time. I can't remember. But they were actually clients from Elam. So for those of you who are new, we actually have some new subscribers now. So hello, I'm glad you're here. So my husband is a pastor of a church. It's right back there. And then my husband and I both work at a school for special needs children, and they also have an adult day services program for special needs adults. Ryan works with the adults. I work in donor relations advancement team. So anyway, but we had some of his clients came to church, and they've come several times, and it's always so fun because they sit right behind me. And so sit there and listen to them sing. They don't have the best voices, but they are singing with all their heart, and that's what's important. And usually I just sit there and cry. I just listen to them sing praises, and it's awesome. And so today was one of those days, and it was just fun to listen to them sing. And of course, Ryan will pick on them, not pick on them, but like use them as sermon illustrations and call them by name. And so and so is a chicken farmer, and or whatever. And so then they think that's hilarious, and they're just, oh, he's so funny. Like throughout the sermon, like that's what I hear. He's so funny. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. So that's always a good day when they're there. So anyway, shall we get on to the yarny goodness? I think we should. I mean, that's why you clicked on the video, right? So I don't have any finished objects this week. I have several makes in progress that I wanted to show you. So we'll start with the one that I've had on my hook the longest. Oh, don't fall. And that is the Blurred Lines cardigan, living in my Castaway Key bag. Disney Cruise Line. Oops, there it is. Yeah. So here is the Blurred Lines. Did I call it a cardigan earlier? I always want to do that. It's a sweater. It's a sweater. So, Hannah from the Cozy Cottage. Keep praying for her because she wasn't in the direct path of the hurricane, but it was pretty close to her house, and I haven't heard anything for a while. I keep checking Instagram because that's where she's been updating everybody. So keep praying for her. But she was running a make-along, the Cozy Summer Make-Along, where you make something in the summertime that you can wear in the wintertime. That ended on Friday. I am nowhere near finishing my sweater. But I'm still having fun doing that. Okay, let me show you the yarn real quick. Here's the yarn. It is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK in the colorway Magenta. I got this several years ago because they were discontinuing this colorway because it's very bright and I love it. So I was able to get sweater's quantity worth of this yarn. So I think last time I had just split for the sleeves, and now I have finished the waist decrease and the waist increase, so you get that nice shape. And now it's just crochet around and round and round till I get to the length desired for the body. You ready to see how far I've gotten? I've gotten pretty good. Gotten pretty far. So here we are. So my sleeves are ready. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So this one, this Progress Keeper is where I was last time. I'm kind of hoping to have this done by Thanksgiving. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe Christmas. Yeah. Just because I'm like, ooh, let me try something else. I need to work on something else. No, you don't, Lori. You don't. You need to finish this. But I definitely, yeah, the last week and a half, this is all I worked on. So when I had the time, which isn't much time anymore. So there's that. Started working on that one. Oh, let's put the pattern back in the bag. There we go. Making progress. And number 2 is it's Socktober. So of course you have to make some socks, right? So I'm living in this little bag with the fuzzy and the cat hair. Are my Socktober socks. I I had to put them in the Rapunzel bag. So the pin is Color of Your Dream and Sock Maker Extraordinaire. That's me. Yeah, because I'm so good at socks. So the pattern that I usually use is the Basic Toe Up Sock by Wendy Progner-Geckner, who was a friend of mine. So, hi Wendy. I usually do her sock pattern, but then I do the Shadow Wrap heel is my new favorite heel for the heels. So that's my plan for this time. Yeah, I do my socks 2 at a time. Toe up, obviously, because I did toe up pattern. Anyway, so the yarns that I'm using. I do not have the ball bands for these anymore because they are scraps. So this is my contrast color for heels, toes, and cuffs. I was thinking I might not do contrast, just like for the toes and the heels, just have it like around the cuff. And I was like, no, I may just do what I always do. But this is Lang Ja Wool in the colorway Lavender. And then this lovely thing is Treasure Goddess yarn in the colorway Royalty. So it is purple with some lavender stripes. So pretty. I love it so much. So I've just gotten started on these. Yeah. Here we go. Alright, so this is where I am. See? Told you, just got started. So there you can kind of see, I'll just have blips of the lavender throughout. And it's a different shade of lavender than the contrast color, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. Anyway, so this one here you can see is kind of wavy. That's because it was in a project and I pulled it out for these socks. Yeah, don't worry. It was just a pattern design, trying to figure out something. And I left it for a while and then I was like, nope, this yarn needs to be socks now. So that's what it is going to be. So my other make in progress is over there. So hold on just a second. Okay, so my other make in progress is a lady. So I don't know why, but it just bothers me if I'm just going to show you like her half made. I feel like it's disrespectful, even though she's not a real person. She is a Disney princess. But I have like the whole body done. She doesn't have any hair. She doesn't have any clothes. So yeah, I'm not going to show that on this podcast. But this is who I'm making. I'm making Tiana. And she's so cute so far. Can't wait to show you the whole finished product. Yeah. So this is by Green Frog Crochet. I'll link her Etsy shop down below so you can see what kind of design she has, because she has a lot of cute patterns on her Etsy. So those are my makes in progress. Okay, so it's not a to-be thing that I wanted to show you. Well, I have a project that I'm going to be starting soon. I know. But this one has to be done. Anyway, but I did want to show you, so a couple weeks ago, I won one of the prizes in the Summer of Romance crochet along, and I won Claudia's prize, Claudia from Crochet Luna. And she sent me a project bag that's Halloween themed, which Halloween's not my favorite. Like, I don't know. I don't like to be scared. I don't like I don't know, just a lot of stuff that goes along with Halloween. I mean, dressing up is fun. Getting candy I really like. But Halloween is just not my thing. So, she saw me talk about that on this podcast. So, she sent me another one. She's like, well, let's try it. Well, she sent me options. She's like, here's some pictures. Which one would you like? And so, I picked Christmas flamingos. Oh, this is so cute. Look at that. Lights all wrapped around, going ice skating, decorating the tree. Oh, and this is a Claudia bag. She made this. So, and she has a really cool thing that she does in her bag. She has a little pocket here where you can put your crochet hook so you never lose it. Isn't that cool? I like that. But anyway, the project that I need to do will not fit in this bag because it's pretty big. And so I will be starting that probably this week. I'm not sure when, but this one has to be done. My dad requested this from me a while ago, and I kept forgetting about it. So I'm going to work on it now, so he'll have it. But he wanted a blanket recliner cover kind of thing that has a pocket so he could put the speakers in for whatever he's working on. So when he's laying there, the thing will go over the recliner and the speakers will be right there for him. Yeah. So I finally went out and bought the yarn for it. Thought, okay, this doesn't have to be that big, so, but still big enough to fit the recliner and have a pocket big enough for his little speakers. So I went and got a bulky yarn. Went to Joann's. It was on sale. It is Lion brand 2 of Wands Hue Plus Me Chunky Wool Blend. So it is 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It is a number 5 bulky. Ta-da! This looks a lot more green on screen than it does in real life. It looks more gray. But the colorway is Juniper. So there is a tint of green in it. That's really showing up on. But I figured his recliner is gray. My parents, they're moving into a new house soon. And most of the colors are like very muted, neutral colors. Except for the teal and red. And certain, like the teal and red aren't in the same room. They're separate. Anyway. So yeah, I thought this would go pretty well with the recliner and the color scheme of their house. So I have 3 balls of this, and this is I need a K hook, so 6.5 millimeter hook for this one. So yeah, it should work up pretty fast. I'm going to be using the blanket stitch. I'll leave a link to a pattern down below that definitely talks about what to do. This is a free pattern. So yeah. So the blanket stitch is really just that's not what I was thinking I was getting. Anyway, it's fine. It's just 1 single crochet, 2 double crochets. I thought it was 1 single, 1 double. I mean, that'll work too. Anyway. So yeah. So I have that ready to go. So that'll be started soon-ish, I hope. Yeah. That's about it. So, that's all for this week. Short and sweet. Like they've been this year. Like I said, I'm not sure. In 2 weeks, I have a bunch of stuff going on that weekend, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to record until the week after. So the next one may not be for 3 weeks. But I did want to address something. Since I've gotten several new followers, subscribers here, welcome. Glad you're here. But several people have asked if I would do a tutorial on my crochet iconic women. Yes, tutorial on my crochet iconic women. Number one, thank you that you enjoyed, you like the way they look. But I can't do a tutorial because it's not my pattern. I got it from this book, Crochet Iconic Women by Carla Matrani. I'll leave a link down below to where you can find this book. You can find it on Amazon. I think they've already gone through like 2 reprintings of this because it's so popular. It's a very good book. I very highly recommend it. I just can't show you how to make it on YouTube because it's not mine. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, but I will gladly send you to Carla's way. She will show you what to do. Anyway, there I go again. I will see you when I see you, hopefully soon. So, God bless. Bye.